At the casuals, UFC 278. That's UFC 278. A moment in time that we've been waiting for, maybe for 7 years. I don't know. It's Leon Edwards' final shot. Well, maybe not final shot, but at least that Kamaru Usman, who is a family favorite because Jack McCarthy, hashtag Jackie Mac forever, and I went to Chicago to see UFC 225. It was Colby Covington versus Rafael dos Anjos and Whitaker versus Romero 2. We still don't know really who won that fight. Anyhow, we met Kamaru Usman, who was there to watch, and he couldn't have been nicer, classier, more gracious and giving with his time to Jack, who at the time was, I want to say, maybe 15. So hats off to and a big shout out to Kamaru Usman, who clearly will always be a fighter from the UFC who's near and dear to my heart. And we lost Jack, and that's why we continue to do this podcast, to fentanyl. This is the poster here, Forever 19, Jack McCarthy, victim of drug-induced homicide. That's right. Poisoned by fentanyl. So it is the reason everybody has a purpose, right? And our purpose is to get that word out while doing what Jack loved most, which is talking about mixed martial arts and things that matter in art. And to do that, of course, I've got to bring in my two favorite guys in the world, the Bruce brothers from the West Coast. Before I do that, I would like to say, fuck Ali Abdelaziz, fuck fentanyl, and fuck you if you don't like it. All right? Let's bring him in. It's Nate and Jake, or perhaps it could be, for all I know, it might actually be
who knows?
Don Jonaher showing up this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Coming on strong today.
Cause I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king. I'm the king of the casuals, the casual king.
I don't like the wrestling in MMA wrestling. I love it personally. I love jiu-jitsu. Okay, look, I love jiu-jitsu.
The king of the casuals, the casual king. King of the casuals, the casual king. Cause ain't nobody bringing you the casual thing.
I do have a rant to go on, and it's not about Ali Abdelaziz being a cunt, right? You know,
I wonder if it's the same rant I want to have because I've been waiting, so I'm excited for this.
All right. Well, I've never been a big fan of Luke Rockhold, and the reason is not because he's not a good fighter. He is. He's a great fighter, right? But he's such a dick for somebody who has like I don't know. Maybe some people just don't appreciate what they have. But here's a guy who was born a lucky sperm. Is a good-looking man. Matter of fact, he's modeled before. He has been a champion, so he's chased his dream. God gave him athletic ability on like 99.9% of the rest of the world. He's top tier, right? And the guy's what, 6'3"? He's got nothing to complain about, and yet, interestingly enough, he seems more insecure than most people I've ever seen with a microphone, and he doesn't feel, I don't know what it is. He just seems just so bitter, and what a bitter cock. And he's said some things in the past. He just seems like an envious guy, and it's like, it just shows me that you don't, no matter what you have, if you're not grateful, do your gratitude lists every day, 3 of them. If you're not grateful, you kind of lose yourself, and I think he's lost himself. And Paulo Costa, maybe nuts and not perfect himself, but he's at least, well, first off, he might be better looking now. But he's just a more likable guy. I never thought I'd say that in this fight. It's the battle of who do you hate less?
Yeah, and, watching a couple of the videos, the weigh-ins and things like that, it seems like Paulo Costa probably took the last 2 losses to heart. Seems like he looks the most shredded I've seen him in a while. Chubby Paulo's gone. This dude's ripped right now. I think he's kind of probably taken stock of what's happened over the last couple of fights, and he's gotten his shit together, it seems like. So I think Luke Rockhold's in for a real fucking problem tonight. Man, Paulo looks fucking shredded, man. I haven't seen him like that since, he was on that tear.
There's a
So
great
here's-
thing. Go ahead. So sorry, Jake. I was just gonna. Let me just add it real quick because I'm short. 5'10" exactly. There was a great thing after the fuck you, the weigh-ins yesterday, the final weigh-ins for show, and Luke Rockhold was doing himself, and Dana whispered something to Paulo Costa, and I'm pretty sure it was knock that cunt out first round. Maybe he didn't say first round. I don't know.
So two things. One, Paulo looks physically the best he's been, and he's talking a good game, that he's mentally there too. I'd love to see it, because when he was coming up, before he got too big of a head, that dude was scary. Look at that Romero fight. Oh my God. Amazing. So be careful. Rockhold, I mean, I'm going to make my prediction right now. I won't even wait. Costa within 3 minutes, first round, knockout. But Rockhold, how many fights does he have left on his contract? You know?
Last one. Pretty sure this is the last one. Yeah.
Exactly. This is his last fight on his contract. He knows Dana's not re-signing him. He's going to be parting ways with the UFC in the next week. And he waits until now to be this big vocal hero for fighters' protection and fighters' health. Get out of town. You found an opportunity where you can finally say what you wanted to say, and you're trying to be this guy that you're not. Nobody likes him anyways.
He doesn't like himself.
No, I don't know a single person, a single casual, if you will, who's a Luke Rockhold fan. Look at him now. Look at after his last two losses that were knockouts, and one of those by one of the hardest punching guys in the UFC, and Blachowicz, former champion. I think he's a little punchy.
Yeah, Yoel Romero also. I mean, he's been knocked out like 5 out of 6 times. Yoel Romero knocked him out to a point of like it was hard to watch. Well, actually, I wish it were harder to watch. Like I kind of liked it, and rewound it and watched it, and liked it too much, and then felt
Made you question
guilty.
your morals?
It did. I shouldn't.
Terrible person.
I felt like a really bad guy because I watched it and laughed my fucking ass off.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've started with that fight. That's okay, because I'll just go into my prediction, and I'll give Nate Lee, the man with all the data, his last. But I'm going to say, you said first 3 minutes? Yeah. Well, they're 5-minute rounds, so I'll say minute. I'm going to say in 4 minutes and 12 seconds around that mark in the first round.
I swear to God, if that happens, if he knocks him out dead nuts at 4:12, you better still be awake, old man, because I'm calling your ass.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll be awake. You think I've never missed a UFC card.
It's 5:30 right
what.
now. I'm surprised you're not at the Golden Corral with your fucking AARP card getting a $6.99 buffet. What are you talking about? What?
Oh, that was pre-written. There's no way you just came up with that bullshit. Well, I was sick all week with what I thought to be potentially, turns out, James McCarthy 32-0. I've been tested 32 times. Now, anybody who brags like that is destined to fucking die from it the next, even get it eventually. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. So, okay, Jose Aldo is fighting a really, 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 really tough guy and a likable guy who can do it all.
I'm excited. This is my favorite fight of this card. I'm super excited.
Well, then the door is ajar for you to go ahead and talk about it. What do you see?
Well, both guys right now are surging. Both guys want to be the one holding a title. And Aldo, I'll put it out there. I have hated on him multiple times. I've never denied that he's a great champion and his legacy is great, but I just don't like, I didn't like the guy. And I don't know what he's done in the past couple of years here. He is on a surge, and I'm excited to see where he comes out tonight. Because if he wins this fight, he truly shows that he's still at a level where he is coming for a belt. If he can win tonight, this is him saying, I'm coming for it.
So for a little history of my memories of Jose Aldo is, I thought in 2015 when he finally decided to fight Conor McGregor, and this is when Jack was an actual casual, and I started to introduce him to the sport, and he started getting into the history of Anderson Silva, and all the way back to the beginning, the Gracies and everything. But And of course, then he discovered this Irish crazy man, Conor McGregor. I thought Conor McGregor had no chance to beat Jose Aldo at all. Literally.
Me too.
No,
Me too.
I thought no matter what, Jose Aldo is the greatest featherweight of all time. I just don't see how McGregor does it. Even though he had a flashy sort of karate, capoeira, bizarre style and like really weird angles, I thought Jose Aldo was going to kick his legs in and then choke him out.
And now
and
he's your
McGregor knocked him out.
he's the top of that celebrity step out list for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if I'm to be honest here, for full transparency, this shirt was designed by Conor McGregor. It's August McGregor wear. So yeah,
Nice.
but then McGregor knocked him out in 13 seconds, and Jack and I went crazy, and that was the beginning of Jack's deep delve into the mixed martial arts. And then he got to a point where he knew more than I did. He could out wrestle me and all that. We know that story. Anyway, back to Aldo and his opponent tonight, which I can never pronounce his name. Help me
Say
out.
it, Nate. Nate's good at it.
Oh gosh, this
Here we go.
Say it.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll.
Merab. Oh geez, there is a lot of. But
A lot of consonants.
I've never heard it before, so it's. I mean, I don't remember hearing it. So was
Just
it
say
like
it, Nate. Just say it.
Vishlavili?
Better than I'd have done.
Vishlavili?
Yeah, say it with confidence.
Yeah.
Merab Vishavili. Last fight he KO'd Marlon Moraes.
Yeah, I saw it now.
Like, yeah, he's surging right now. Yeah, so Merab is a -140 favorite.
Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Merab. I think I just think he's surging. He's coming. He's an up and comer. I think this is where he proves that he's in the title mix, and I think Merab gets the victory.
All right. Jake?
I'm going to go with my heart and not my brain on this one and say Aldo pulls out an amazing upset to show that he's still in the mix.
I'm going to agree with Jake there. I'm going to go with my heart, even though my head's saying, don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we have the main event here, in which I have a really hard time not rooting with my heart, because I really respect Leon Edwards, and I think when I saw that, I was shocked actually at the weigh-ins when they first faced each other. I was like, oh man, this is the first time I've seen someone bigger than Usman, at least taller and a lankier and a bit. He's not small.
Nate, who you got, man?
Kamaru. I mean, I think Kamaru continues to streak. Very curious to see where the fight goes. And I mean, even Usman said that, Leon's 1-2. It's real nice. It's real slick. It's better than his. I'm curious to see if he tries to take this to the ground, or if he wants to prove like, hey, he might have a better combination or two, but I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on for the last couple of years. And I've shown you in the last several fights, I have the power, I have the skill, and I'm just going to knock this kid out. But I don't know. I feel like he's like, why wouldn't he take him to the ground other than to prove a point? And I don't know. I mean, all these guys are fucking awesome at everything. So I'm very curious to see where the fight goes. I think Usman wins, probably by a decision. But I'm very interested to see how the fight plays out.
So here, I think Leon is going to look super strong. His technique's going to be super crisp. First, second rounds. Third round is when the champ flips the switch and says, okay, I saw how you started to gas, and Diaz, who has the punching power of a moth coming out of a cocoon, made you see stars. Usman's going to turn it on, and the only time he's going to take him down, because I think Usman's wrestling is so good that he's going to be able to ankle pick, he's going to be able to come in, and he's going to be able to change levels and take Leon Edwards down whenever he wants. I think he's going to throw some really good combinations, some 1-2-3s real quick, get inside, change levels, take him down, ground and pound, get back up, because Leon's good at getting back up off the ground, and he's going to keep doing it. And the longer it takes, no problem for Usman, because he's got a gas tank for days. Leon started to fade a little bit in that Diaz fight in the gas tank, and that's why Diaz was able to hurt him. So I think that's how Usman does it, and I think he finishes him late. If he does finish him, it'll be 4th or 5th round, or it'll go to a unanimous decision for the champ.
I'm going to go with I have to go with Kamaru Usman for personal reasons and for common sense reasons. I guess. But I will say this: if there's anybody that Usman's fought, besides maybe Covington, the one fight, look, that was close. I think this is the guy to give him trouble.
Well, hey, let me throw some of this out there. Any of the people that like watching our stuff who are also into just straight up jiu-jitsu, I will be at this year's ADCCs in Vegas on September 17th and 18th. I'm going to take some video, and I am going to do my damnedest to see if I can't get some time with some of these guys that are pretty cool and who are names in the sport, because they're all around. And I happen to find out that we're right around the same section as the family members of one of the guys who's actually competing that I'm excited to watch. So when it gets closer, I'll talk a little more about it and we'll have it more figured out. But ADCC's Vegas, September 17th and 18th. I'm going to get some good footage and bring it back for us to put out there for King of the Casuals and maybe some Forever Media content.
Nice. Well, we'll be rooting for you, of course. All right, folks, that's King of the Casuals, UFC 278. It's Jake and Nate out there on the West Coast, and it is Forever Media, Jackie Mack forever.
Jackie Mack.
Jackie Mack forever. We love you. Tonight's for Jackie Mack for sure. All nights are, but he depends on your beliefs. But I know somehow, some way, he's tuned into the fight somewhere.
Well, keep your phone close to you. Nate and I are watching it together tonight, so I got a phone.
Cool.
You'll be hearing from us.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
All right, gents.
Boom. Goodbye.